Has the highest population of Hispanic and Latino residents in Louisiana.
And as it gets more diverse, some public services are struggling to keep up. Last night, we introduced you to a Spanish-speaking mom who had trouble registering her son for school. Now, she told us a lack of Spanish translators made things slower and more stressful. On the other side of those conversations are school staff and teachers.
Rachel Hanley spoke with a few of them, including one who agreed to an interview as long as she could stay anonymous. This is what she had to say.
Just to fail them at this level is a shame.
This teacher works at an elementary school in Jefferson Parish. According to district data, it has more than 30 students who don't speak fluent English. One staff member speaks Spanish.
There were two because this was a parent that was pushing in to help. She didn't stay very long.
And as the only one who can talk with Spanish-speaking parents, that one person stays busy.
Whatever she's doing during the day, she has to come out of that and go to the office for everything else they might have where an interpreter is needed in the office.
And if that person isn't available, teachers improvise.
I literally had dismissal and a bus that was broken down. I had to call a kid from the hallway and ask him to translate over the phone to the adult on the other end to say, there's an emergency, you need to come get your kid.
The district told us school staff can use a translation service called Language Line. If they're trying to talk with a parent, they can call Language Line, put it on speaker, and someone translates the conversation over the phone. From the teachers we spoke with, Language Line doesn't seem to be widely used on a day-to-day basis. Angela Ramirez with local advocacy group Puentes says services like that can be useful, but they have limitations.
There's nothing that substitutes like face-to-face contact and assistance.
The district told us Spanish-speaking staff members are distributed across schools based on how many Spanish-speaking students there are. It's always looking for more bilingual employees. The spokesperson says it's especially tough to find ones with specialized degrees or certifications like teachers, counselors, and social workers. And that's not just a problem for Jefferson Parish.
I know there's a shortage, and I know how difficult it is to recruit bilingual educators.
But the need is very visible in JP, which has the highest population of Spanish speakers in the state by far, and it's still growing.
We got an influx of kids in October, but most of the Spanish kids came like with the new year. It was just, I don't know where they came from, but before we knew it, we had 3 or 4 in each class.
This teacher does say her school has made some progress in communicating with parents. It recently started sending home notes in English and Spanish. Homework is still primarily in English.
How is it that you expect these children to acclimate if the people who are there in his household, her household, that are supposed to help them, can't help them?
And small issues like this can have big consequences down the line. In Jefferson Parish, the most recent graduation rate for white students is 85%. For black students, 80%. Hispanic students, just under 70%. Statewide, the gap is similar, and it hasn't changed much over time. Meanwhile, the teacher described how things were much smoother at her last school. What really made the difference was having several adults there who spoke Spanish.
One kid was injured at PE. They were able to resolve that because the Spanish-speaking person was there to talk to that mom.
Rachel Hanley, Eyewitness News.
Now, those who speak Spanish make up almost 90% of English language learners in the JP school district. The district says Vietnamese and Arabic are the next most common languages, and a handful of students speak others, including Haitian Creole and Russian.